Why am I in the creek? Why buy the cow? Question mark. Because it seemed the most appropriate place given the expression, you know. So yeah. That's why. Dude, what's up? We made a mistake. Leaving this house the Friday before Christmas was such a mistake. Holy shit. Yes, I did make it home safe. I'm very sorry for the delay. Basically, when Sam and I traded off this morning, Sam goes, we don't have much in the house. I was like, yeah, well, I figured, you know, we're going to be eating Christmas Eve and we have plans with your family on Christmas Day. I'm not really worried about us not having enough food, right? And Sam goes, but then the day after is Boxing Day, and the day after Boxing Day is a bank holiday. And I was like, right. It's like, so I don't think we planned for that. I didn't plan for that. And I was like, I also did not plan for that because I forget that you guys have those. So we were like, okay. I said, maybe I'll just end my stream a little early and then we can all go together because I'm not going by myself and I don't want you going by yourself. It's going to be crazy there, right? So, we decided that would work. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, we have to go earlier. We can't go at the end of the day. Clark will be in bed by like 10 p.m. We can't go at the end of the day. We have to go before my stream. So I let Sam sleep until 12:30 and then I was like, okay, Sam, I've pushed my stream an hour. If we go right now, if we give ourselves an hour and a half, that should be plenty of time to get to Little's, grab everything that we need, and then come home because it's the grocery. It's so close to us, right? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, it was not. But, you know, I'm here now. Lesson learned. I've decided that for next year on the calendar, about a week ahead of time, I'm going to write in big letters, do your big shop now. As a reminder from past me to future me of like, remember the pain? Don't do that. Don't do that again. So we'll see. We had to buy toilet paper and milk. It took us like 2 hours. It's wild. There was nowhere to park. And then eventually one of the family spots opened and we were like, oh! Got into a family spot. Went up to the store. There were no carts, no trolleys up there. They were all gone. So Sam was like, I guess I'll go back to the parking lot and see if I can find one in the parking lot. Went back and got us a cart. Clark was like, I want to sit in the trolley and play a game. We were like, amazing. Yes, please. That sounds great. We would love that, actually. Threw her in the cart. And she has a tie-dye game where you just tie-dye clothes. Obsessed. She's obsessed with it. So she just tie-dyed clothes for almost the entire time. But at one point, asked if she could get out. And we were like, yeah, of course you can. Pulled her out. The second she was out, she was trying to run away. She was grabbing things. She grabbed an entire roll of wrapping paper that we were buying and pretended that it was a giant gun and almost hit an old lady with it. I was like, Clark? Clark Thorne? I need you to chill out, my dude. Yeah, totally. Yeah, click and collect. That's typically what we do. If I had thought to myself, oh, there's going to be 4 days there where I don't think we can do any shopping, I would have done a click and collect. I just thought we were Gucci. I was like, dude, even Boxing Day, we'll probably just be eating leftovers and shit. No, not today, Death. The wrapping paper lightsaber is tradition. Not with old ladies, it ain't. That old lady has to consent first before you start hitting her with a roll of wrapping paper, you know? It is if you can't tell from the blue glow, it is a dreary day out. Pouring rain. Oh yeah, the snow. Yeah, the snow's gone. There's no escaping tragedy.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
It's still the only song that is playing in our house currently. PZN, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. How does it go on the eve before the eve? We left the house. Big mistake. So. Sounds comfy to me. It would be. It would be if my sweet husband, the love of my life, the partner that I will hold hands with forever, didn't put off putting up the Christmas lights on our house until today. He was like, maybe I can get her to take a nap. And I was like, no. No. That makes more work for me later. We're trying to sleep train this child to be confident and happy when going to bed. I don't need that to be more difficult. You did this. Christmas lights are overrated. I agree. I don't give a shit. I don't need Christmas lights on this house. But, you know, there's a non-zero number of adults in my child's life who's been like, you put Christmas lights on your house so Santa can see it. So Santa knows where you are. So, you know. And Sam was like, yep. That's true. So now, you know, it's like, well, if there aren't lights on the house, we're fucked. So, you know, I'm the Grinch. I'm the Grinch of this house. I don't care if there's lights. I don't care at all. But, you know. if Sam is gonna verbally commit to like Christmassy things, there has to be follow through. Samta, yeah. Samta. He does love doing the on Christmas Eve. He loves doing the like putting, powdered sugar on the ground and then, stomping his boots in it and all that. He loves doing that shit. He loves it. Yeah, he thinks it's very fun. And, I'm there to inject a healthy amount of skepticism in my child. The other day she was like, Mommy, is magic real? And I was like, who knows? It's like, I think most things that we think are magic have turned out to be science. Maybe there's magic. We don't know. She was like, okay. So, like, it's about balance, guys. But I'm also the parent that when spring comes around is like, we got to make honey cakes to put outside in case there's fairies that want them. And she's like, nice. So, it's whatever. I'm of the opinion that things can still be magical and fun even if you don't like fully believe that they're real. I think that it's fun to make honey cakes for fairies. So I do. Sometimes Clark asks me really point blank questions about like about stuff like Santa. And I answer pretty honestly. And sometimes she's straight up is like, Mommy, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, that's fine if that's your response. Unicorns are a big one. She was like, Mommy, are unicorns real? And I was like, I mean, I don't think anybody that's on the earth right now has seen one. And she was like, I have. I rode one at the fair, so of course they're real, Mommy. And I was like, great. Like I think sometimes she just asks because she's really curious what my response will be.
Welcome, you fine.
Jenny Rock, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the cat gang, everybody who was gifted a sub just now. Yeah, there was like this spring event thing that had a little pony that was dressed up as a unicorn and had a horn and everything. And some of the kids got to ride it. And Clarky rode it. And it is, since that day, that was like, nearly a year ago. She brings that up maybe twice a month. Mommy, did you know I rode a unicorn once? So, it's like no big deal. Does Clark ask Sam these questions too, or are they different? I have no idea. I don't know what exactly she asks Sam. And honestly, whatever answer he wants to give, I'm fine with. Because something that we talk about a lot is that everybody's different and everyone can, sometimes people will believe in things that other people don't believe in, and that's fine, So we don't need our answers to be the same. I saw a video where This must have been from last year, because obviously, like, it's not Christmas Eve yet. But I saw a video where somebody was holding a baby and opened up a box and was like, it's your present, your very first Christmas present, and opened it, and the mom had just filled it up with coal. And the dad looked horrified, and inside was a little note that said, please let your parents sleep, love, Santa. It's like, it's the only year you could get away with that is when they're a baby, like a literal baby, and they don't know what's going on. So funny. Hi, my love. Everything okay?
Hey, you want anything?
Oh my gosh, I would love to eat literally anything.
What you want?
What are you eating?
Fuck, you got like a treeslets hiding up here in the office?
I've been empty for a long time. No, this is a continuation. Okay, there is Sam posted a video that must have been from forever ago, right? It's from a while ago.
Yeah.
It's of him talking about how he went to find coffee to make and found 3 empty cans of instant coffee and was like, my wife is a fiend. What the fuck is this? There are 3 empty cans.
For more context, okay, the empty cans were stored where coffee should be, and there was actually no fucking coffee. So it's not like she was saving them for a rainy day in a different place, okay?
So the comments are really funny because it's us. It's like, it's the 2 sides of the coin. It's the people like me who are like, it's because they're good containers, Sam. Why would you throw those away?
You're a hoarder.
And the Sam's being like, that's really fucked up. That's so weird. You should definitely get rid of those. I kept this because I was thinking I would do a project with it.
It's more the fact that you somehow secretly bought an entire tub of treeslets and then ate them.
Secretly? They were sitting in the same cupboard all of our snacks are in for like a week. I tried feeding them to Clark and she was like, I don't like them. So I took them up here and they were mine.
I let her pick whatever she wanted to eat.
Okay.
She has an angel cake, a donut, 3 jammy Dodgers, What's-Its, a whole pack of seaweed.
Balance. It's all about balance,
And I was
guess.
like, it's Christmas. Go wild, kid. You're gonna get a tummy ache. And she's like, no, I won't. And I was like, yeah, you will.
She's got to start learning.
She gotta learn.
She's got to start learning to pick a balanced diet.
What do you want?
know?
I'm cooking. I bought these like pocket pizzas things, and I'm cooking them.
You're making
But if you want something else,
pocket pizzas.
I can make you something else.
Can you heat up that the thing of chicken soup? I would love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Want chicken soup and like French baguette?
Sure. Thank you, darling.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Thank you. Or, you know, as much as will fit in a normal bowl. Hi, Ross. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Oh, no, the alarm jam. Sorry. Dismiss. I was like, why is everybody jamming out in chat? The seaweed balancing out the sugar. Clark loves seaweed. Loves it. Yeah? It's in the kitchen, I think. It's. I told you I was gonna borrow it. Yeah. Clark loves seaweed. So I find it hilarious that she was like, I can have anything I want. It's because the reason, there doesn't have to be a reason for a parent to be like, I don't know, go wild, kid, have fun, right? But while we were in the car, Clark, the reason that I was like, do not let her sleep is because Clark was like, wow, I'm tired. And Sam was like, are you actually tired? Do you want to take a nap? And she was like, yeah, no, maybe. And he was like, a nap, huh? And I was like, no, No naps. No naps in this house, please. So. So he was like, fine, I'll get her fed and then she'll stay awake. He knew, but she's gonna crash now. It's fine. When I was very young, I was in the hospital and a nurse asked me what my favorite food was. I said corn on the cob and the nurse was baffled. I love it. But guys, think about it. You cut a hole here. You do some weird fiddly shit in the middle. It could be a dice tower. For all of those games that I play with real people in For Real's Meat Space. You know? It's just a fun project, maybe. Or you could pop the top off and it'll hold more snacks. I also like this. That is also a good point. The celebrations tub is for the sewing kit. The celebrations tub, we always put crayons in. So, yep. My one Meat Space D&D game may get canceled. Someone found a boyfriend. In our group, it's a bad omen. Oh no. Like, Daddy, this seaweed is amazing. It's so good. And he was like, oh, great. I'm so glad. She was like, now get out of my way. I need to wash my hands. This is what I mean when I say that we've encouraged a lot of sass in this child, and now we're having to like deal with the repercussions of that. I have 2 celebration stuffs now. My mother keeps putting stuff in them. They're good. The yeah, we have a metal tin that the little like Christmas Oreos come in. And then a celebrations tub. One has markers, one has crayons. She's getting to the point now where she has so many different types of art supplies, or I should say we have so many different types of art supplies because we both use them. We've just mixed everything, right? That I'm now starting to like go on things like Pinterest and be like, how do people organize this shit? Like for real though, you know, like what do people do? Uh-oh, the tablet died. The world's over. I work in a daycare. I can tell you the sass was already there. Yeah. The sass harvest. It's coming hot this year. Oh, that's a good idea. To just fill them with things that you've baked or things that you've made. That makes a lot of sense. They held sweets before of some description. They can continue to hold sweets again. I just want to know how there are some people out there keeping everything clean and organized all the time. Is that all they do? Clean? There are a few people that I've started following. Yes. The answer is yes. They clean all the time. When we were in LA, there was a lady that came by sometimes that we hired to clean, and she and I were talking about that, and she was like, I literally started this business because I clean all the time. Like, I get a lot of satisfaction out of just cleaning my house constantly, but, like, there's only so much house to clean. And I realized, like, I should just do that as a job. But I've also, there are a couple of people that I like to watch because they do, like, you know, weekend reset sort of videos. And it's always the sort of situation where, like, the house already looks clean, but they're like, it's not clean enough for me, you know? And some of them are really open and honest about, like, this is 100% an anxiety thing for me, right? Like I've created this, like, mental place for myself where a house that I know is perfectly fine is just not clean enough for X, Y, or Z reason. And so I feel like I have to clean it to this degree to quell that anxiety. And, you know, it makes me happy to be in a clean home, so it's not like it's all bad. It's not like it's all, you know, like, spurred by negative things. I know I'll be happy once it's all done, but, like, I do feel like a compulsion to clean it. So yeah, sometimes 100% that is the case, that they just clean all the time for whatever reason, you know, that's, like, personal to them. I've accepted that Sam and I are not the sort of people that are ever going to have a house that doesn't look, like, deeply lived in, you know? And that's fine, because people live in this house. That's fine. I've come to a point with myself where it's like, as long as the house is safe for everybody, as long as we can do the things that we need to do, and if we want people to come over, there are, like, 2 zones of the house that I want to make sure are, like, really tidy, like, really clean, because those are the places that most likely people are going to spend time in. And I don't want, you know, I want it to look like we put in effort and we care about the places where people are going to be hanging out, you know? But the rest of the house, I'm not going to bother. Yeah, it's a Lucy and Yak hat. This is also Lucy and Yak. I guess I'm a walking billboard for them right now. It's a good thing to do to come to terms with your level of cleanliness. Absolutely. Sam and I have been talking about that a little bit, about, like, how important it can be for partners or just a family in general to all say, like, what do we believe is, like, the minimum standard of X, Y, or Z thing, you know? We are the people that live in this house. Are we, with the house as it is right now, is this fine for everybody, or is it not fine for everybody, right? But I've talked about this before. I did realize when my brother came over and I was talking with him, and he said something that was very extreme to me as a pack rat. He was like, yeah, if I don't have a place for something, I will give it away or get rid of it. If there's no place for a thing, if I don't have a specific spot for something, I won't buy it. And if it comes into my house and I don't have room for it or I don't have a place for it, then I'll get rid of it. And I was like, damn, that's so wild. But it did make me think to myself, I think one of my big issues is most of the things in our house do not have a place to go. It's not that we don't have the room for it. It's that we don't have... No matter how many fucking videos about it I watch, I don't know how to... And Sam, right? It's a partnership. we don't know how to organize our house in a way where it is functional for us, but also keeps things like tidy. You know, we are both the sort of people where like, if too much of our stuff is like in boxes or in like containers, the likelihood is we'll forget what's in there. So it's turned into, okay, do we start using a bunch of like clear containers for things? Do we start labeling stuff? You know, maybe all all of the above. I try to be more gentle on myself with cleaning. It's a lot when you're by yourself. I grew up in a tidy house and had an ex-partner who was also very tidy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that a lot of us are struggling with, right? Is not being hard on ourselves about having like an immaculate home and stuff. It's just like, that's so much energy to spend on that. When maybe, you know, your house as it normally is, it stresses you out because you're thinking about a hypothetical person that's going to be in the house that isn't there, you know? But like in reality, maybe your house is fine for you. And if it's not, if it feels dangerous or if it feels like it's making you depressed, you know, there are small steps you can take to start dealing with that. But I think probably a lot of us are living in houses where we look around and think, if X, Y, or Z person was here, I would be embarrassed of X, Y, or Z thing, right? But maybe for the people who live here, for the humans that live here, it's just not a big deal, you know? And shouldn't we be the most important people to determine what this home should be like? Right. Does that mean that I want my house to look like this all the time? No. And it's not that my house looks like garbage right now, but but again, a lot of things don't have a home. I would love for more things to have a home, right? There's lots of room for improvement. But like that other person was saying, I've tried to learn to be a bit kinder to myself about like, don't think to yourself, oh my God, if my mother-in-law was here, right? She's not here. When's the last time she even came in the house? Long time ago, right? Like it doesn't matter. Any news on the new house? No, nothing yet. I should message. Speaking of my mother-in-law, I should message her, see if she's heard anything. She's kind of been our go-between. She knew the mortgage broker that we wound up using. So. Hi, darling.
No soup yet. It's not ready.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
There's an ice cold Coke.
Oh, goodness. How fancy. Thank you very much. Huh? No, I will have it. It's not the evening, so I'll try it. No, a Coke sounds good. Thank you. Look at this. Mmm. Cute. Being more kind to myself is a constant thing I have to work on. It's hard. Dude, I love that like so many kids right now are because like I think we as adults sometimes find it like really hard to incorporate like positive self-talk. I love that all of the kids now are growing up with all of these videos and songs and like grown-ups in their life that are like, you're strong, and they're like, yeah, I'm strong, you're beautiful, yeah, I'm beautiful, you're so smart, I'm so smart, you know? Because as adults it's like so hard to just like start doing that as an adult. Sometimes people will be like, yeah, you know, here's my normal morning routine. I wash my face, and I drink a whole glass of water, and then I look in the mirror and I give myself a big hug and I tell myself I'm going to do so good today and, you know, like X, Y, or Z thing. That sort of thing is so hard for me. Not because I don't want to say nice things to myself, just because, like, imagining myself alone in a room hugging myself and being like, you did it, dude. You're doing okay. You know, like, oh my gosh. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I love it. It's just hard to start doing that sort of thing, you know? You're doing good. It's so nice, but it makes me emotional sometimes, though. For sure. We talked about that a little bit, too. Like, the experience that you as a parent, or just as a grown-up around kids, can have when there is, like, a certain amount of envy that you can feel for kids in your life. And I think that it's okay to just acknowledge it as that, you know? To be like, this is something that I needed, and I'm so happy that you get it, but I am a little bit envious that I didn't have it, you know? I think that is an emotional process to go through. It reminds me of Jessica Cox saying that he found reassuring ASMR stuff relaxing and soothing. Yeah. For sure. You know, I was one of a million people in there that were like, you have a praise kink. But, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with finding something where, you know, it's basically the ASMR equivalent of Snoop Dogg being like, I'm gonna have an amazing day. I'm doing all the good shit. You know, like whatever the Snoop Dogg album is that he made for kids, which is great, by the way. Yeah, he put a TikTok up about that. Sometimes I use we as an example, like, we can do this, we've got this, but by we I mean me and my dogs. Whatever works, dude.
So excited to contain it.
Soup! Thank you, my love. Oh my god. Large baguette. Thank you.
Where's chicken soup?
Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. He put it in a ramen bowl. Nice. Oh, it's so chunky. Yeah. Mmm. Is Sam married? Yeah, it's one of those, like, chunky soups from the store. It comes in a big container. That's why he was like, you want all of it? Oh my god. Yes. And baguette. Yes. What a day. I like how it started off. This stream started off with me being like, this day sucks so far. All I needed was, you know, for someone handsome to bring me soup and a baguette and give me a smooch, and now I'm doing fine. It's a good day, guys. I just finished a pot of ham and potato soup. Yum. I actually really love split pea soup. I've been daydreaming about split pea soup lately. You can't, well, at least I haven't been able to find it here really. So I'm like, maybe I should just make it. I've never heard of it. Oh. That's not like a purely American thing, right? Maybe it is. Finland and Sweden are big on pea soup. Whenever they get fish and chips, Sam knows now. He always gets me the mushy peas. It's like one of the best parts for me. This is why I'm always like, guys, I would do okay living off of vegetables. I would. I really would. Rose hip soup? I don't know what rose hips are. Do they lie? It's the seed pod of a rose. Oh. The seed pod is called the hip? Interesting. I still haven't wrapped any Christmas presents. So Sam and I are probably going to continue our tradition of at like midnight wrapping everything. Almost every year, I'm not going to say almost, every single year, in the middle of the night, Sam and I are like, great, we're wrapping everything now. You would think we learned. Last year, Clark came down when we were in the middle of wrapping and was like, what are you guys doing? We were like, nothing, go back to bed. Does Clark get you a gift? No, but I think we introduced the idea of like getting something for all of the kids to her this year. Next year, I think Sam and I will coordinate to, like, help her pick something out for each of us, you know? I started putting all the gifts for one person in a box and wrapping the box. That's big brain. I always keep, if anybody gives us a gift in a bag, I will keep the bag. I'll keep it as pristine as possible. So we've got like 4 Christmas bags from last year that I can reuse this year. What is she yelling about? I know, you're shocked that I keep bags. Only 4? Get those numbers up. Remember, in this family, only kids get gifts. So it's all reliant on what Clark got. So Sam and I had decided to get each other something small, right? I got this, which is awesome. My body bottle. He gave it to me early because I was cramping, and it was a lifesaver. It was excellent. And then a PC showed up here today. And he was like, oh yeah, well, I got a new PC for myself, and I figured I'd just get one for you too. Merry Christmas. I was like, Sam, I literally cannot match that. The idea was that we give each other something small that's you know, a nice small thing. Regroup for next year, dude. What did wind up happening though is I got him a gift and then it canceled itself. And I was like, that's fine actually, because I just saw a video on how to make it, so maybe I'll just make it instead of reordering it. Went to try and get the stuff to make it, couldn't find it anywhere. Went to 2 different stores, couldn't find anything. I was like, fuck. Came home and was like, okay, I'll just reorder it, I guess. Or like order it from somewhere else to see if it'll ship in time. Nothing would ship in time. So I went to Sam and I was like, hey, I ordered this thing for you like a month ago. But it kept not delivering and I was nervous about it, and now it's like canceled itself. So I don't know if they oversold it or what, but is there anything that you specifically want that I can get you? Because this thing won't get here in time. And so he told me a thing that he wanted that was really small. So I was like, sure. Okay. So I got that for him. But then I also found an alternative form of the gift that I was going to get him that can get here tomorrow. So I'm like, well, at least I'm giving you a couple of things, even though they're small. It's actually really cute. There's a series of books, I guess, that Sput's been reading. And Sput was talking with Sam about it and was like, Sam, you should start reading these books and then we can read them together and we can watch the show together. And so Sam was like, there's a series of books that I really want that I can read when I'm trying to sleep. So I got them for him. I'm doing great, honey. Thank you. It's delicious. I just want to say amazing job last night. Oh gosh, thank you. I disagree, but I appreciate the sentiment. We had our finale last night for Deadbeats and Pipe Dreamers. I'm dropping in to say hi. I've been a fan since back in the TGS days. UTB and Jesse were the first podcast I listened to. It's nice to see you thriving, spreading cozy vibes after all this time. I hope the family's doing well. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're doing great. I don't know if you can hear. I've got a 4-year-old screaming in the background, having a blast. But yeah, thank you. I'm doing very well. I'm very happy. Dice were not in your favor, you know. Yeah, no spoils. No spoils. Deadbeats had me stressed. Me too. I messaged Summer at the start like, I'm vibrating. I was like, dude, I haven't had any coffee or anything. I am shuddering. so many nerves about it. Zooted on plot. This is day 3 of Clarky doing the sleep training. Last night. This is the first time that she did not fall asleep within the first 10-minute chunk. So I went in there after the alarm went off, expecting to find a sleepy baby because she had fallen asleep so easily the last couple of mornings or the last couple of nights. But I went in there and she was like, "Mommy!" Like so jazzed. Because it was the first time that I had returned and she was awake. She was like, "Cool. So now can we hang out? Are you going to come snuggle me? Should we listen to a Tony?" And I was like, "No, honey. That's not how this works. I'm coming in. I'm giving you a smooch. I'm giving you a big hug. You did amazing. You're so brave. You're so confident. I love it. And I will be back in another 10 minutes." And she was like, I don't want to do this anymore." But she's been doing really well. No snow. We had snow a couple weeks ago. Or last week? Last week. And it was so cold that it didn't melt for like 4 days or so. But I mean, having to restrain myself with Steam sales. I want to buy all the things. Yeah. Sometimes it helps me. Somebody was asking me whether or not I was going to check out the Steam sale. And I was saying, well, for the most part, if there's something that I want to play, I'll probably play it on stream. So I'll probably buy it when it comes out, you know? And in terms of like wanting things to play off stream, typically there's plenty of stuff that I've either never played. Like I bought it a long time ago and never played it, or something that I started on stream but didn't finish all the way. So sometimes it helps for me to be like, well, do I already have stuff that I could play? Yeah. Blacktail's very fun. Is it on sale? Yeah. Oh my gosh, when they were doing like the Black Lives Matter bundles and stuff like that, I don't know how many games I own anymore, dude. I have so many games that I've just never played. Yeah.
I'm stuck here in this jail. Been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell.
Clark still. What's that from? The Matilda musical. We went to see it. I talked about it a lot yesterday, so if you're curious. Wait, let me double check that the VOD is even live. Publish. Okay, great. Now it is. Oh, good. I was also wearing this hat yesterday. It's good to be consistent. Yeah, we went to see the Matilda musical movie. So if you want to know how we felt about that, you watched the beginning of the VOD from yesterday. Long story short, though, Clark loved it, and Sam and I were both like, "This is probably too dark for a 4-year-old." This is probably a mistake, but she like loved it, and we've had lots of good like conversations since watching it about like, you know, adults and how adults aren't always right and sometimes they're bad, and you know, all of those sorts of things. And she has wanted to nonstop listen to the music from that movie, specifically the school song, which I was saying that when we were watching the movie, I've never heard the Matilda musical stuff before, ever. When we were watching the movie, the school song started, and I was like, it's weird how this song is formatted. Like, it seems strange the way that it's put together. And then they do the entire song a second time, but make it really clear with like visual aids what the conceit of the song is. And it's that the entire song goes in ABC order. And ever since, after realizing that, watching them do the whole song a second time in that movie, I was like, I need to listen to this song the second that I get home. Like, I need to listen to it again. And Clark's obsessed with it. It's all that she wants to listen to. So she's been listening to it over and over and over and over and over again. But it's hilarious because the way that on the movie album, the way that song starts is this girl goes,
"Oi, new kid!"
So every time the song starts, Clark goes, "Oi, new kid!" It's so funny. When I was little, I was hooked on the Les Mis soundtrack. Love it. But yeah, the music in it is fantastic. It's just, you know, Matilda's a very dark story. And I got to reveal to Sam, much like I revealed to y'all, I got to reveal to Sam that I never read any Roald Dahl growing up. And he was like, what? Like, it completely blew his mind. HP, we played that, I think. It's an old game, right? Where you're a skeleton and you're walking around? Yeah. No, it's no problem. I can give your points back, HB. No big. Yeah, that was, again, trying not to reiterate everything that we talked about yesterday, but, like, that was one of the other, nice things to talk about with Clark was, like, she loves Matilda, the character, so, like, trying to ask her, like, why do you like her? And then being able to then say, the reason that I really like her, is because she has a very strong sense of, like, right and wrong, and she tries to stand up for herself and for other people. She knows that, you know, not all adults have her best interests, right? That she needs to trust herself if she believes that something is wrong and not believe it just because an adult says it. Which, you know, I think is a good lesson for a kid. Adults don't always know what they're talking about, dude. Like, and that's, you know, and that's like the really, like, low layer of it, up to, like, fully, like, adults are sometimes really fucking sinister, like bad people, right? So yeah, just talking about, like, the things that I really like about Matilda as a person, is, you know, that she stands up for herself and she speaks her mind and she trusts herself if she thinks that something is wrong. So yeah, exactly. Like, who could grow up with those parents and be like, I'm sure adults are looking out for me? It's so sad. Oh my god, the very first song in this musical, it's definitely meant to be like a dark comic sort of song. The very first song in the musical is called Miracle, and it's a bunch of like the inner voice of babies and also the parents talking about the miracle of life, right? Like, my mommy says I'm a miracle, right? It's like all these babies singing about how my mommy says that I'm amazing and I'm strong and I'm a miracle and I'm beautiful and, like, you know, I'm gonna be the president one day, right? And all of the parents being like, oh my gosh, you know, they he smiled, does that mean that he's a genius, right? Like, kind of a thing. And then the end of the song cuts to Matilda when she's older. That song spans during the time of, like, her parents giving birth to her and stuff, but, like, the end of the song, it zips forward to her being, you know, 9 or 10, and it's the exact same tune, but, like, talking about how her parents think that she's just a piece of shit, and the lyrics are so funny. After having this huge blown out musical number where all of these babies are being like held up on pedestals to have this kid like it's just you should listen to it. It's Matilda the musical. I really want to see like the actual stage play now. So yeah, we had fun with it. Do we think that it was appropriate for a 4-year-old? Maybe not. It's, you know, it's quite scary. It's pretty dark. The whole story of Matilda is like terrible grown-ups like making children's lives miserable and them having to like revolt. You know? So I saw the stage version in London this year and it was excellent. God, remember when we were talking about like stuff that we used to do that we loved, and you know, as you get older you like come up with a million excuses for why you just don't have time to do that thing anymore. Going to plays and musicals is another one. I loved going to see a play with Kelly and RT and Sam. That was so fun, going to London and seeing a show. I want to do that again. Did your kid like the Encanto songs? Oh yeah, 100%. Clarky was obsessed with Encanto for a hot minute. Did you get to see a panto this year? No. Apparently I bought tickets for one. If any of you who were there a couple days ago when I realized that we had missed a family thing, it was... Go away. It was a panto that apparently I had bought tickets for. But on the plus side... no one went because everybody's sick. So I was like, my sister-in-law had messaged me being like, hey, are you coming? And I thought for sure that she was messaging like from the show. And I messaged being like, I am so sorry. I completely forgot that this was even a thing. I hope it was fun. And she was like, oh, we didn't go. Our kids are sick. And then I messaged my mother-in-law and she was like, we've got the flu. We didn't go. I was like, oh, great. That I don't feel bad, actually. Like, it sucks that I wasted money, but I'm glad that you know, that none of us went. I was lucky enough to see the musical when it first came out on stage. Was a huge Tim Minchin fan. I love that it had such a long lifespan since then. Yeah, I'm so disconnected from the musical scene. I have been for like 10 years, which is sad. I love musicals. They're so fun. I'll have to go see it if I can, you know. Yeah, you know, it wasn't like exorbitantly expensive. Time to visit more musicals in London. For sure. The train system is so nice here. Like, we do not live close to London, but it doesn't take that long by train to get there. You know, it's not like in America where trying to figure out how to get to your closest major city requires that you have a car or spend hours and hours and hours on buses, you know? So that is nice. Like, if we want to go into London, if there's an event in London or something, it's nice that we can get a train. Yeah. I really want to take Clarky to like the Natural History Museum and stuff as well. I think she'd love that. No snowball dodger? Well, when I'm in the little snow globe, that's when I'm playing a game. Ah, yeah, that's so nice. Science Museum is amazing too. Great kids sections. Yeah, I want to do all of that. I think Clark would love that. It's also like, I'm trying to think of how to put this in a way that doesn't sound awful. Clark, like, most of the time that Clark and I spend together is a mess, right? It's science experiments, it's craft projects, it's painting, it's gluing, it's very fun, but it's also a nightmare. So there's a part of me that's like, I should be taking her to places like that where she can get all that energy out. Not in our house, where I have to then look at it at 10 p.m. and be like, Are they free as well? That's amazing. I love that. Clark needs to go with Sam to the gym to become super yoked. Yeah. It's very cute because the gym that Sam goes to, he specifically chose a gym that is like really family friendly, that has like things for kids to do while their parents are working out, right? It was like a priority for him. And every time that he's had the opportunity to go to the gym and bring her, he like chooses not to do it. And the other day I was like, why don't you just take her? That was the whole point of like this place that you wanted to sign up for, is that there's like activities for kids, right? To like go do with, an adult watching them and stuff while you work out. And he was like, yeah, but I haven't like taken the time to vet it, and I don't want to just like leave her in a situation that I haven't like observed and researched a bit more. It's like, that's very sweet, Sam. I haven't been there, so I haven't seen it. In my mind, it was just like, there's like a nice child enclosure, There's like a child enclosure over there that you can just glance at and be like, that is certainly my child, and then continue to like work out. But maybe that's not the situation, Yeah. Like a glass child prison for an hour or whatever. The child terrarium. Yeah, exactly. Dude, our isopods have gone missing again. Not like that I think they've escaped in the house, but just like, I don't know. They're not showing up in the jar again. Where have they gone? What are they doing? I would love to know. Do isopods hibernate? Someone in chat said it at the same time. I don't think they do, but do isopods hibernate? Where do isopods go in winter? Pillbugs hide in dark areas away from humans, or in some cases burrow to reach safe temperatures. But it's like, I don't think it's cold enough in our house for them to be like, I gotta burrow, dude. It's hard because obviously the terrarium is meant to just be self-sustaining, right? But you can't help it when it's your first terrarium. I think you can't help but be like, did I do something? Did I do something? Yeah. We just trim the plants, dude. So I don't know. No streamer I know has put out winter festival emotes this year. Oh my god, I completely forgot. There's no point now. There's no point now. It's the end, right? Like there's We'll keep them until March. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah. These are the sorts of things I need to tell Amma to do. Amariel. Be like, hey, when December starts, if you could be like, remember to upload some winter emotes, that would be helpful. Harvest Festival emotes. There we go. That's the shit. Will you be finishing Little Gator Story in the future? I played a decent amount of it off stream. I'm at the end now. I had talked about maybe playing the end on stream yesterday, but I did do some stuff off stream. You know the bot has a reminders function, Alex. Bots and I don't always get along super well. I love them. I love what they can do for us. Emma's basically a bot. So, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, because I'm fine either way. It is 4 o'clock here. I have 2 more hours of stream time. And I'm taking the weekend off to do holiday stuff, right? So, either we can continue to just chill and talk, because it's been a while, or we can play a thing. Forecast Gray? Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Everybody who was gifted a sub just then, be sure to take the time to say thank you. Oh, thank you. I have played unpacking, yep. Yeah, we'll do a poll. To gam or not? Oops, not to gam. I did a goof that made me laugh. All right, I'm gonna go potty really quick. I'll BRB. Hello. Sorry about that. Oh no, I missed the poll. I spent all this time pooping, to be honest. It was on the screen. And thought to myself, when I come back, I'm going to see a poll that is so unhelpful because 3 out of the 5 slots were goofs. And I know my chat, and they're going to pick the goofs instead of actually answering the question. So let's go ahead and look at the results. Just chat. Great. You know what? I don't know you at all. I've never met you, not even once. You answered the question, yeah. Very proud. Claps all around. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out and chat, I guess. So, buckle up, baby. Or be really nice before Christmas. I'm buckling? Good. That wasn't a buckling noise. That was like a, there's always money in the banana stand. Not a buckle noise, but still iconic. I found a video where somebody had one of those wireless Dyson vacuum cleaners and figured out how to add a DeWalt battery to it so that it doesn't die. So that's what I was doing. I don't know what y'all were doing. Nice! Oh my gosh, sourdough bread, the best. Hope it's delicious. I've never thought to mod my Dyson. You know, me neither. But I now know it's possible. You can apparently get adapters for them. It's wild. If you were to recommend one recent game you played on stream to play over Christmas, what would it be? If you're planning on playing it with family, Little Gator Game was so cute. Really, really, really cute game. Melatonin is a pretty short rhythm game that we played on stream that I really enjoyed. I liked it a lot. Other than that, recently it's been like Bone Razor Minions and Vampire Survivors, which are the same genre. Blacktail, I think, is really fun. I would love to play more Blacktail. Against the Storm is a ton of fun, yeah. Against the Storm is a game you can play for a really long time. Oh, that's cute! I'm making Magic the Gathering style cards of my friends' D&D characters to gift them for Yule. I love that. That's adorable. I'm getting updated dash art done for season 3, and I hemmed and hawed about it a little bit, and Summer was like, it's a Christmas gift for yourself, just get it, just commission it, just do it. So I did, and I got a sketch today, and I was very excited. I've been rewatching the Co-optional podcast. Dukes keeps recommending that game to people. Hatoful Boyfriend? That sounds right, yeah. It's a great game. If you play it long enough, you get to the real meat and potatoes, you know? I never expected it to go where it did. No one did. No one did. No one no. The percentage of players of Hatoful Boyfriend that know what that game turns into. Oh, yes. That game was also very fun. King of the Castle. They updated that game as well. Music is still super loud. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Potioncraft also came out of early access a few days ago. I know, we played it a few times since it's come out. Yeah, all those games, bullet heavens, as someone called them. All those Vampire Survivors, Bone Razor, all of those sorts of games are like popcorn games. Like, you do a run and you're like, I could do one more, you know? Luck be a landlord. Which game was that? That sounds so familiar. Oh. No, I never played this. Never mind. Luck Be a Landlord is a roguelike deck builder about using a slot machine to earn rent money and defeat capitalism. It's coming out on January 8th. I'll wait. I'll play it when it releases. There's a great mod community for it too. I love that. Love that. Oh my gosh, you know, yesterday, sorry, this is totally off topic. Yesterday when we were all waiting with bated breath to see if Watson would use the litter box. And she did. Good job, Watson. I had picked something up in my room and sniffed it and said, oh, she's peed on this. When we removed the litter box, she had obviously been like, okay, well, either I can pee in this new thing or I can pee on this thing over here, right? I didn't realize until after stream was done and I went to like deal with that thing. She must have peed on it like 2 or 3 times. It was bad, like really bad. I didn't realize how bad it was when I was just kind of like quickly doing stuff, but like, dude, my sweet girl, drinking her water right now. Yeah. Loading the pee bomb. Well, I mean, from what I can tell, Sherlock, I've watched him easily go in this new litter box like 5 times. Watson is still kind of weird about it. So. How is the experience with the Deadbeats Pipe Dreamers crossover? So again, I don't want to spoil anybody, but I was saying earlier that like the nerves were so high for all of us because we knew that this was like a season finale fight and that Brett wasn't going to pull any punches. And I tend to roll really bad in combat. I don't know why. So yes, I was extremely nervous. And there was a time crunch on it. So basically, Brett had said that this fight was like, okay, either this isn't going to be like a, if you don't finish it, then we'll just pick it up with the new year, right? Like at the end of the session, once we hit time, the fight is done. And we'll resolve what happens with it. But, you know. So, that made a lot of the newer players, like people who hadn't played D&D as much or hadn't played D&D with Brett a lot, so nervous. Like in chat, it was constantly like, we gotta go faster, dude. We're on a timer. You know, like the tension was crazy in our group chat. Jesse, just in general in combat, tends to do a lot of like, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, right? Like he like really takes his time with his turn. So imagine that coupled with, you know, a group of people who are like, we're on a timer. Jesse, take your fucking turn, right? And at one point I looked at chat and I saw a bunch of people who were like, I am so nervous with how long Jesse is taking to do like totally basic turns. I love it though. I love it because, you know, Jesse's played tons of D&D. He just vibes, dude. Anyways, again, no spoilers. But yeah, it was tense. It was very tense. Timed fights and overthinking are natural enemies for sure. And Tomato and I kept trying to be like, it'll be okay. We're gonna be okay. We just all need to like try and plan out what we're gonna do next, you know? Yeah, it's a spoiler, so I won't say. But if you want to ask me any questions, we have in our Discord, we have what's called I think it's called TTRPG Wild West as a channel. Yeah. So if you have anything that you want to ask me about that fight or anything like that, I will answer. Oh my god. Yeah, I actually really like the channels and roles stuff. It's really nice, the new like system that Discord has. So at the top of the Discord, there should be a thing that says channels and roles, and you can click on that, and then you can decide which channels you see and which channels you're part of, basically. And then ignore the rest if you want to, because they won't show up. It took me ages to set up. It's great. It's super good, Alex. Alex is pretty great. Wipes a tear. How's my kid doing? She's just downstairs going, yeah, 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 yeah. Why? She's playing Vampire Survivors. She knows the song. I can't stop thinking about the highway rat. So let's see what's happening to you. I relate to him too much. What? For anybody who missed it, the highway rat is a story about a rat who sits on the side of the highway and attacks all of the animals that come by and steals their food and berates them about it. He's just misunderstood. He's just a hungry boy.
I am the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway.
Hell yeah, soundtrack of the year. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Silly billies. Do you save those glass bottles? No, I don't. I have no idea what I would do with them. I could save them though. Is that a white pixel next to Dodger's head? I don't know, is it? I love saving glass jars. Me too, dude. I save almost every piece of glass that comes into this house. And I'm starting to infect my child, I realized. One of the ornaments fell off of the tree. And it was one of our rare ones that's breakable, but it's like a tiny thing. It wasn't like sentimental or anything. So I was like, okay, well, you know, Clark, go to the other side of the room because part of it shattered. Hi. Part of it shattered. So I need to fix that. So go over there. And she was like, but we need to grab all the pieces so we can put it back together. I was like, darling, we can't put it back together. It's like a little heart. And this entire side of the heart was just gone, right? So I was like, well, I don't think there's any fixing this, honey. And she was instantly sobbing. I was like, but I bet it really liked being on the tree. I was like, oh no, don't do this. Don't give it a personality, dude. Don't do this. She was like, it broke. It's probably so sad. I'm like, oh my God, no. I went to throw it in the garbage and she literally screamed. I was like, okay. In the interest of us all moving on with our lives, I'm going to put the ornament on the counter. All of the shattered bits I am going to vacuum up. We can have a think. We can have a little thunk about whether or not there's a way that we can, you know, add something to this ornament to keep using it for some reason. But if we can't think of anything, it's going in the rubbish, okay? And she was like, okay. So now there's like a half-destroyed ornament that's just sitting on our kitchen counter for us to ponder at. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I do the parent thing where I just like throw it away while she's asleep. And then in the morning, hope that she's just forgotten it exists, you know? No, you guys don't understand. The kintsugi thing, you need the pieces. The pieces need to be able to go back together. This ornament shattered. It was powder. It was thousands of tiny little glass pieces on the ground. There was no and this is what I was trying to explain to her, was like, there's no pieces to pick up and like piece back together, you know? Thanos was here, dude. Memorial plaque. Finally, a good idea. Danger glitter. Oh my god. My idea was maybe we could add some hot glue onto it and try to shape it so that it's sort of like the rest of the heart, and then cover it with glue and then put something on top of it so that it all looks uniform. And she was like, no, I don't like that idea. And I was like, great. Good lesson to learn. Some things can't be fixed. Oh, believe me, she's learned that. I taught Clark how to use scissors really early on, which I'm glad about, but it also means that she's now she now feels very comfortable with them. So like the other day she straight up just took her dress and cut a hole in it and then was like, oh, how do I fix that? And I was like, Clark, what the fuck? And, you know, she's had her bangs cut now, and I trim them for her. And the other day she was like, hold on a second, I'm going to trim my bangs really quick. And I was like, no! No, ma'am. No, you will not. That's not a you job. That's a me job, dude. Oh, Jed Ted, thank you. Yeah, I cut my hair as a kid too. I cut a bunch of my hair off as a kid and went to the principal's office for it. I've really been wanting, because there's a few things that I want to fix for us, but also I really want to fix some stuff for my dad when I go to visit him. I really want to get one of those tiny little mending things. There's little tiny ones like this big that you can clamp onto stuff and then mend it. I've been looking at those over and over and over again. Like, do I do it? Should I just get one? Because I think she would also be able to figure out, like, learn how to use it. Because it's basically a system where it like lifts up every other one and then swaps them, right? And it's just weave it. You just like put the thread through. No, not a mini sewing machine. Like a visible mending system to stitch over a hole or whatever. I need to find this thing. I need one of those. I feel like I need that. Let's see if we can find it. I'm trying to remember what it's called. They're like, if any of you guys have seen them before, it's like a little wood thing like this. And it's got a little latch at the top that goes back and forth to like swap the threads. Do you guys know which thing it is? It's like a loom system. Darning looms. Yes, these sorts of things. Yeah, look up darning, D-A-R-N-I-N-G, darning loom. A lot of them look like they're disc shaped, like circles. The one that I saw was like a rectangle, I think, but I don't see why it matters either way. Yeah. So like my dad, all of his shirts have the elbows are like totally worn through, and I had talked on stream about how I was like, oh, we should put patches on there or something. But then I was like, wait, why don't we just mend over it? We could just use a loom. Yeah, is what I was thinking of, but I forgot what they were called. So if you like more visible type mending, where it's like really obvious something's been fixed, it's a good option. I don't think it's a good option if you want it to be invisible. Yeah, it looks like the cheapest one that I can find is like $30, something like that. So. Dodger doing a Stan from South Park cosplay. I wish. I tried to get, oh God, how long ago was that I tried to get Sam to do Tweak and Craig with me? I was like, will you be my like hot tall Craig, and I'll just be your little tweaked out gremlin for the night for Halloween. He did not go for it. Bye, Jerry Reg. Have a good weekend. Thank you for modding. Right, it would be such an easy cosplay. That's the thing. Or an easy costume, however you wanted to put it. Such an easy costume. Hi, BB. Oh gosh, thanks. I just love when people enjoy the characters I play, so I'm glad that people like Dash so much. Remember when my idea for Dash was literally like, I just want to be like the NPC guard that got involved too much. Like, just like, you know, just a normal dude who's just along for the ride, basically. And sometimes that's what Dash is, but... Hi, sweetheart. You okay? It looks like you've been licking yourself a lot. You stressed?
I'm stuck inside this cage for ages, this living hell.
This is Watson. I have another one named Sherlock. Watson can get a little anxious sometimes. I can always tell when she's feeling a bit like, ooh. It's hard to be normal in a D&D party. It really is, yeah. At the start, well, I remember so vividly, I was talking with both Summer and Joe, because they're both in the campaign. And I was like, yeah, I feel like sometimes I tend to, like, demand too much RP space, you know? So I really want to be like kind of a side character almost in the party. And both of them were like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's fine. Just make the character you want to play. Yeah, I think it's because when I was making Dash, aside from Fabia, Fabia in general is like, she's boisterous, but like story-wise, she's been kind of there hasn't been a lot of like story stuff that's revolved around her, you know. But it felt like with like Zach and Alice, who are the other two characters I had played recently before making Dash. Number one, they were both just big old bitches, but number two, it felt like a lot of stuff wound up sort of revolving around them. So I was like, I don't want to like, I don't know if it's because I tend to sort of demand that space in RP. I don't want that to be the case. I like to think that I'm an equitable RPer, you know, that I give people their moments. But I was like, you know, maybe I'll just make like a good boy, and he'll just like be there, you know, as part of the story, and that's fine. That's enough. And yeah, generally, like, both of them were basically like, it's fine that you want to RP. It's fine that you want to be involved. Like, your character can have something fun about them. That's fine. For sure. And I think that's also true. It's just like in real life, right? Like, sometimes you go out with a group of people, and there are going to be the people that are talking the whole night, and there are going to be the people that barely say anything. But it doesn't mean that anyone at that table like wasn't engaged, you know? Not everybody wants to be talking the whole time, but they're still having a lot of fun, and they still feel involved, you know? So just like when we've talked about like actually going out with people, I do think it's important in a D&D party to like make sure that people are getting the ball thrown to them, you know, that like they're having opportunities given to them to do stuff in case they don't feel comfortable like claiming those opportunities on their own. But there's also a point at which you need to trust that like, I'm sure this person's having fun. They're just a quieter person, a quieter player, and that's fine. I didn't feel the urge to tell Jesse to hurry last night. I thought we were fine. I was still nervous, but I thought we were fine time-wise, so. You okay? Player playing more than one character in a game? Yes or no? like playing 2 people in a party. Clark came into Sam's stream yesterday and it was so cute. I know, it was literally the second that I started cooking. She was like, bye, and ran into Sam's stream. I need to redo my nails. I played 3 kobolds in a wizard robe once, so all of them had a level in a completely different class. And whenever I got knocked prone, I had to use an action to climb back on each other's shoulders. It's so silly. I love it.
I am stuck here in this jail. Been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell.
I've been playing Nonogram on my phone since your last Picross stream, and I'm on level 300. Yes. What's that song from? The Matilda musical. We saw it in cinema 2 nights ago. And it's all that Clark wants to listen to now. So I've listened to that song, I don't know, maybe 30 times. And when I try to change it to a different song that is like an equal banger on the same album, she's like, Mommy, what are you doing? I'm doing good, yeah. I've still got this cough, which is very annoying, but I think this weekend will be nice. I just still need to wrap everything. Is today Have a Nice Death Day? No, this was gonna be study hall day. But I was an hour and a half late because of shit. So so it's a long coffee time before I'm gone for the weekend doing holiday stuff with my family. So do you have a game of the year? I mean, probably. I literally don't remember everything that I've played this year though. So yeah, I was saying that Sam and I normally wrap them all together at like midnight the day before. So this year, there aren't that many things to wrap because it's just my husband's side of the family and it's just the kids. But possibly SCT later. Yeah, I realized like it's the day before Christmas weekend. I don't know if Thierry's doing anything.
Fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking.
I'm gonna just message her now. yeah. I had thought that was... Terry posted in Discord she was planning on streaming today. Great. I was thinking about your earlier conversation about how Matilda has been a way to teach Clark about how not all adults are good. For my son, it was more of a way to show him what an actual bad teacher is, like Mrs. Trunchbull, because sometimes he thinks his teachers are so mean because they want him to do work at school. Yeah. Yeah, Clark, the whole movie kept being like, I'm glad I don't have teachers like this. It's like, same. Get your weapon before Sam. He beat T, though. He's done with it. Also, no thank you. The cake scene will live forever in my brain. Dude. Clark loves that scene. There were so many ups and downs for her. She was so nervous at the very beginning and then was like dancing and cheering for Bruce. It was so cute. Bruce is the actual main character of Matilda. I don't know if anybody knew that. Yeah, I think it's interesting since trying to sort of like look for opportunities to have that conversation. I think the earliest one was Kristoff in Frozen is like a really good segue into a conversation like that. Of like, yeah, he said he was something at the beginning of the movie, but that's not who he really was, right? Sort of a thing. It's a good conversation to have with your kids, for sure. Not Kristoff, Hans? Yeah, Hans, you're right. Because, like, we put such an emphasis on like strangers, you know, and like sometimes people that we meet and we think are fine are not fine, you know. Oh my god, that just reminded me of somebody did a video where they were like, hey, do you want to read something to your kids that's like Game of Thrones, but not quite? You should try the Redwall series. Very kid-friendly, and went through like all of the reasons why it actually was not kid-friendly at all and is basically just Game of Thrones, but with animals. It's like, oh my god. As someone who never read Redwall, I was like, oh shit, I did not realize how like how intense those books are. Redwall is in fact a lot. The part that got me again, as a person who's never read it or watched it or anything, right? The part that got me the most was when they were like, do you like any of these animals? And showed like a bunch of different pictures and was like, well, too bad, because they're all evil and they'll never be redeemed. And I was like, oh no. older sister read them all when she was young and wrote to the author, and he actually wrote back. She still has the letter. That's so sweet. Aw.
Da, 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 da.
Family. I don't even think this is Clark's. I think this is my niece's. Was this stolen? Put it back in my pocket. Yeah, I definitely watched the Secret of Nim movie when I was a kid, but I do not remember anything about it. Not a single thing about it. Yeah, in this family, it really does feel like I need to have a bucket with a label on it that's like, this belongs to someone else. And just throw it in there. And then when we're going to be going to someone's house, just double check. Like, is there anything in here that needs to go back to that house? Maybe. Pretty sure we have 2 sets of pajamas that do not belong to us. This. There's a toy that she brought home from school and was like, oops, how did that get in there? That's oopsies. Oh my gosh. Nemo's Adventures in Slumberland. I loved that movie. I watched that movie over and 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 over again. And it was like a weird impulse buy at Fred Meyer. My mom and I were at Fred Meyer and I saw it and I was like, I want this movie. And my mom, for some reason, was like, okay, and got it for me. Oh my God. I loved that movie. I've been thinking about rewatching it. Yes, I had the NES game as well. Because I watched the movie and then we saw the game and I was like, oh, there's a Nemo game. So we had the game as well. It is weird. Was it a good game? It's a little platformer. I would need to play it again to know if it was good. I was too young to like be successful at it at all, if that makes sense. Hold on. How long to beat Little Nemo? How long is Little Nemo Dream Master? Oh my God, look at this game. Ah! Okay, let's see. The average person can beat the game in about 2.5 hours. I should play it. We should play it. Time for me to get an emulator, dude. What? Wait, what? There's another Nemo game. Coming soon? What? It's a Metroidvania, it says. What on earth?
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
I can't tell if it looks like it's gonna be any good. It's unfortunate. What's going? Oh, right, the Steam sale. Dead by Daylight Bone Chill. No thanks. No thanks, I'm okay. You know, when the MMO boom happened, everyone was like, God, does anyone make a game that isn't an MMO nowadays? I'm delighted that Metroidvanias are having their heyday. It's not going to be forever. So those of you that hate them, it won't last. It never does. Hello? My bones are feeling the chill. Can't wait to play Gestalt. Yeah, we hope that people love it. We're very excited. I'm gonna take a shower. That's necessary. I need that. My life as a Matrix character needs to end. Vampire Survivor is not a Metroidvania now. I wanted to look for other games like it. Bone Razor Minions, we just tried actually, is another game that's very much like Vampire Survivor. There's a game that was called, oh my gosh, what was it? Her name was Fire? Her name was Fire. Yeah, that one was pretty fun. That was another one that is very similar. I'm trying to think what other ones. Oh, Brutato. I only played that the once. Have they added a bunch more to that? Loop Hero is another one that's very good. It is not the same type of game, but it has kind of a similar vibe to it almost. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's awesome, though. Everybody loves different types of games, you know? I think that's super cool. That, like, God, what good evidence that all of our brains work differently, right? There is not... I do not look at a shooter and think to myself, I gotta play that, right? There's nothing about just shooters, really, that is super enjoyable to me. But a roguelike, maybe throw some deck building mechanics in there. I don't know, maybe a little bit of dungeon crawling. Shit. You know, we've just all got our thing. So I'm in my heyday right now, is what I'm saying. It's my time, but I know my time will not last. Make it pixelated, add crafting. I don't really care what the graphics are, to be honest. If the mechanics are good, then I'm down. Crafting is good. Base building is better. Have a mechanic where the more that you play, the more that like your base gets built up, or like you know, things back at your hub world change. Love that shit. Love that shit. Really? Do you think so? Okay. Sure. I mean, I agree. Yeah. 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 I get it. Mm-hmm. Hi. Oh, baby. What's happening with you? What's going on? Are you itchy? Let me see you. Let me see. Just making sure we don't got buggies. Oh, no buggies, please. Huh. Let me see. Oh. Don't think so. When's the next round of Drac? Probably January. If I'm being totally honest. Probably be in January. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, yeah. A bunch of my buds in Texas got hit with a bunch of ice. Ba 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 ba.
Why? Did you hear what we said? Just you wait for visit.
That wasn't the right note.
Ba, 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 ba. What's phys ed? Physical education. Trunchbull's speciality.
It's in there. It's in there and it's never leaving. So. I need to see a different musical. Stat! Or I could just live here. Or I could just live in the Matilda musical brain for a little bit. A polar vortex? I don't even know what that is. What does that mean? Polar vortex will drive record cold temperatures to the U.S. Polar vortex is a large area of low pressure and cold air surrounding both of the Earth's poles. It always exists near the poles but weakens in summer and strengthens in winter. The term vortex references the counterclockwise flow of air that keeps the colder air near the poles. I don't remember it being called a polar vortex. No, I don't remember ever hearing that. But did I hear that it got really fucking cold and it was really dangerous? Yeah. Yeah. Brett lives in Florida, you know, and so he was like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, it's gonna be really cold here, like 40 degrees." We were all like, "Shut the fuck up." That's how it's been in LA. Yeah. Clark was like, I wish that we lived somewhere where it was kind of warm all the time. And I was like, I'm about to tell you some really depressing news, Clarky. That's where you were born. You were born in that climate where it's just kind of warm all the time. And we left it. And she was like, I want to move back there. And then she was making a video for Jeannie because she was like, do you remember your friend that we saw when we went to California? And she was really nice. And I was like, do you mean Jeannie? She goes, yeah. And we were making a little video for Jeannie saying hi. And I was like, did you know that Jeannie has a pool? And Clark was like, what? Like, what do you mean? People can't just have pools. Yeah, when Jesse came out to England last time, he only saw me. So but I told him next time he comes out, if we have a house, I would love for him to come like stay with us for a night or something. I just thought pools were a rich person thing. I didn't realize how common it was in America. It's common in areas where it's pretty warm all the time. Yeah. And you know, in LA, it's a lot of apartment complexes. So pretty much every apartment complex has a pool. But yeah, there are plenty of houses that have pools in the backyard, even small ones. But most of the pools that are at least in the Los Angeles area where we were living are like communal ones, like for apartment complexes or like what am I trying to think of? Like living communities, like gated communities and stuff like that. We already saw the Matilda musical. A lot of HOA pools. Yeah, HOA pools are a whole thing. Homeowners Association. I don't know what the equivalent is here, but in America, if you live somewhere that has a homeowners association, you have to pay dues to the homeowners association, and it will cover things that go towards your community. So like my parents live in like a little cul-de-sac in the like Palm Springs, Palm Desert area. And so they pay HOA dues that go toward a pool for their community, like a communal pool for everyone to use that gets taken care of. It covers gardening, so like it covers the cost for somebody to come out once a week and just mow everybody's lawns. It's just stuff like that. But it also means that they all have like these rules that they have to follow. So like my parents wanted to repaint their little house, and they were given like, I don't know, like 7 swatches of colors or something, and they were like, you have to paint it one of these colors, because they wanted all of the houses to match and like go with each other. So they couldn't like do a fun color. They had to choose like one of like only a few colors. Yeah, so it's, like there's some stuff that that they're really uppity about and really controlling about, but there's also a few things that you don't really have to think about. It's just like part of a fee, so you don't have to worry about it, and they just take care of it for you. So I have a townhouse and an HOA, no rules, just $30 dues per month for lawn care and communal dumpsters. Nice. It's harder to find non-HOA places at this point. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't like done a lot of reading on them really. I just know that my mom and dad have one and wrestle with it. Ain't that just the way? The number of times I go into the kitchen just to like get one thing and wind up doing 8 other things and then going, what the fuck did I come in here for? Hi, what's up? Really? Thank you for the slow blinks. Are you okay? Yeah. I saw you've been licking a lot. Your back's got a big patch and your leggy too. Are you anxious about something? Really? Do you want a hug? That's okay. I know you're not a big hugger. It's fine. My poor cat. Sherlock, he's 13, I think. That's what we guess. Watson is 9. Like kitties. I know. He's getting to be an old boy. Yep. I always feel like this huge amount of anxiety coming up to Christmas, and then once it's actually Christmas, it's finally like, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. You know, if he dies, he dies, sort of a thing. Hi. Okay, that's fine. No, I get it. Live your life. Okay. Oh, you do? Oop, I'm sorry. Owie. You okay? Butthole. Come on, man. You see on her leg. You see what she does? Watson. Come on then. Where do you want to be, Bubba? Okay. No kisses. Oh. Yeah. She's had to wear like little tubes around her neck before to keep herself from licking, but like it doesn't seem to like stick. If anything, it just makes the anxiety worse, it seems like. So I haven't ever tried putting her in clothes, but it's her back leg, so I don't know that it would help, but it would definitely help with her back. Yeah. As long as she doesn't lose her mind. Kitty cowboy chaps. Yeah, yeehaw, dude. We do a tight sweater so it feels comforting. Watson, let's look at some cat clothes. Let's take a look. What kind of cat clothing options are there? Thunder shirts. Sorry. I typed in cat clothes for anxiety, and the first thing that popped up was thunder shirts for cats. And it looks like a cat in a little cape. And it made me laugh. Anyways. Okay. calming vests. Pet sweaters. Calming vests. Winter jacket. A crochet pattern to make your own. Color block pet hoodie. Oh my goodness. Minimalist underwear for your cat. Oh my goodness. What is this sentence? I have no context. We're looking up cat clothes. Because I was talking about how Watson gets anxious sometimes and licks herself, and people were like, you should try putting her in clothes, which I've never seriously considered, but it's because they're supposed to reduce anxiety during thunderstorms. Oh, interesting. My cats don't seem to ever... I guess Watson gets a little fidgety, but like for the most part, they act normal in storms. Yeah, I feel like the cough's a lot better too. It's just still, you know, it's just still there, so it's still annoying, but it's fine. I've had a cough since the start of November. Yeah. We got this cold from Clarky. End of November. And Clark's still coughing, I'm still coughing. It's like so much better, but it's still just there enough that it's so annoying. Oh no. Yeah, it's the season when everybody's getting sick with everything, dude. Both people I live with have a cough and cold. I'm hoping I don't get it. Yeah, I always try to do stuff to curb the cough, you know? Things to like hopefully help my throat not get irritated and stuff like that. And sometimes it works, but obviously like there are different reasons to cough, so sometimes it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I've read that too, that like it's our noses. Our noses are what betray us when it gets really cold. bacteria are just able to like crawl in and do stupid shit a lot easier. And yeah, having a kid doesn't help. Oh my gosh, I was watching someone who one of their, I didn't know this was a thing that was happening to people, but one of their long COVID symptoms was that ever since they had COVID, basically all of the food that they loved tasted and smelled like garbage, aside from only like a couple of things. And so it had gotten like so difficult to eat, and it had been that way for a really long time. And then I can't remember what it was. Hi, Summer. I can't remember what it was, but they like got a cold or something like that. And someone was like, "Oh, when I had those symptoms and then I got a cold, once it all cleared up, like it went away." Or it was something like that, you know. And it helped. And she was able to eat normally again. But she was like, I don't know if this is gonna like stick around. She got COVID again? No! Oh my god. Presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I believe in one present on Christmas Eve and the rest on Christmas Day. Yeah, it seems like with Sam's family, at least, it's you open them Christmas morning. But, you know, it's up to you. Ah!
I am stuck here in this jail, trapped inside this cage for ages, this living hell.
Ouch. We're doing Christmas tomorrow instead of Christmas Day. My sister's mother-in-law is offended. Will you be watching Walking in the Air? I don't know what that is. Here's my normal PSA for everybody, to anybody who hasn't heard it before. I did not celebrate Christmas until I got married to this man. It's not my holiday. I don't feel one way or the other about literally anything having to do with Christmas. It's also called The Snowman. It's beautiful. Is it based on the book The Snowman? Because if it is, my child will definitely not watch it. She hates that book. One sec. I'm gonna. We're gonna see if we can run it back. We're still having trouble with our water heater. So every night it's kind of like a whether or not anybody gets a warm bath or a warm shower. It's done exactly in the illustration style of the book. It's gorgeous to watch, but yeah, emotionally devastating. Yeah. Clark will not let us read that book to her. She hates that the snowman melts at the end. Spoiler. How many have I celebrated then? I've celebrated it every year that I've had Clark. And I think Sam and I were together. Maybe like 6 or 7 years of Christmases. So most of the time, like, you know, we would go and stay with my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law would have, you know, the house all Christmassy and whatever. It wasn't until we moved here, so 2 years ago, that it was like, oh, we're responsible for decorating for Christmas and getting a tree and like all of this. And so since I didn't celebrate it before, there's a lot of stuff that I either don't know is a thing or don't think of until it's the day and someone's like, did you do this? Do you enjoy Christmas now that you celebrate it? I always feel like I sound like such a high schooler. And what I mean by that is like I'm trying to sound edgy about it. But to be told, I'm like so ambivalent about it. I like that Clarky likes it so much. And that's basically it. If Sam came to me and was like, you know what, actually Christmas was a mistake, I don't want to celebrate it anymore, I'd be like, okay. That's fine, that's great. Yeah, I'm an edgy Grinch mom, you know. Cheers, everybody. Oh, yeah, that's another thing that's so weird to navigate is like, and I don't know how to talk about that because I know some of you guys have this on with your kids, so I don't want to like, again, be a Grinch. But what each family believes that Santa does is wildly different. And sometimes you'll say things and a kid will be like, no, you didn't do that. Santa does that. And you're like, you're so right. Of course Santa does that. Don't get me started about Elf on the Shelf. My nephew, I guess, like, if you do Elf on the Shelf in your house and it's like a whole thing, I don't know, maybe mute me for a second. Here, the spoiler finger for Elf on the Shelf if you want to mute me for a moment. If you have your kids around. Yeah, I hate Elf on the Shelf. But a funny story is that my sister-in-law said that every time she does something with Elf on the Shelf, her son, my nephew, will be like, "That's really funny what you did with that, Mom." She's like, "Why do I even bother? Why do I bother?" But she said he loves it. He knows that she's the one who's doing it, you know. Which further reinforces what I was talking about before, which is I don't think you need to fully believe that something is real to get fun out of it and to enjoy it, you know. I don't think you have to like be fully like, this thing is real 100% for sure, you know. I don't think that it destroys the magic for kids to be like, I think it's real, maybe, you know, or even like, I know it's not real, but I think it's fun anyway, you know. Okay, done talking about Elf on the Shelf. I'm a Grinch. Yuck. Ew. Edgy mom. Blech. If you hate it, I have the funniest fucking TikTok for you. Is it the one, Summer? I know that we have like, we get basically the same content on TikTok. I've learned this by now. Is it the one where the person with a master's in folklore is like, here's the reason why I think Elf on the Shelf is a fey creature that made a deal with the lady who started it? It's not? Oh my god. Okay, we'll trade then. We'll trade later because this video is so good. One sec. Let me message my husband. Is there an entire Elf on the Shelf conspiracy corner of TikTok? I mean, like, there's all. I said I was done talking about Elf on the Shelf, but you know, people for a variety of different reasons feel a variety of different ways about Elf on the Shelf. What does it mean anyway? The basic concept of Elf on the Shelf is it's a little elf toy that is in your house, and the idea of it is that it's an elf that's been sent to your house to see if you're being good or not for Santa. It's a little surveillance camera for Santa. Which is why people are like, Elf on the Shelf is weird. But kids really love it because the parents' side of the deal is that every night you hide the elf somewhere in the house doing something funny, and then the kid in the morning like runs around and finds it, right? So there's like a fun element to it. I think that you could do the fun element of Elf on the Shelf without it being like, this thing is watching you always, you know? My neighbor's lights keep flickering like horror movie style, and it's really weirding me out. Like, even like if you wanted to do like a tomta sort of thing, right? At least in that situation, it's like, yeah, this is just like a little house spirit that helps with things around the house, right? I think that would be super cute to like take a little doll or something that you say is like the tomta, and then position it so that it's like doing stuff around the house occasionally for the kid to find. I think that's very cute. My sis has that gag going that the tomta is making their milk go pink. What? That's cute. In college, my roommate and I did a similar thing with a tiny Minecraft Enderman figure. One of us would hide it, and when the next person found it, they would move it again, like how an Enderman teleports when you look at it. I love that. Stuff like that's very fun. I love when, like, adults do that with each other, you know? Like, have funny games like that.
The living hell.
Some people hide Smiskies all over. Who would do that? Dude, I still think that is a incredible idea for a bathroom. I still think that's amazing. And when we move, I will go hard. I will make a room just absolutely filled to the brim with Smiskies. And they'll all be hiding, and it'll be so weird. But first I have to find all of our Smiskies, because there's a Smisky thief on the loose. Yeah, Smiskies. They're great. What's a Smisky? Look them up. They're little glow-in-the-dark figurines. There are hundreds and hundreds of them. And when I was super depressed in Oregon because I couldn't get back to England with my family, I impulse bought way too many of those and unboxed all of them on stream. And any duplicates that I had, I gave to my sister, and she hid them in her house. And both her husband and my nephew, her son, were horrified by them and hated them. And I had said, okay, here's my plan, is I'm going to put all of these Smiskies in the bathroom. And I did try to do that, but it was actually really hard to get them to like stay in places. Now I have so much more knowledge. I know that there's like, that paste that they use in museums, that won't like damage them, that I can use to just literally put them everywhere. You know, I think that most of them are green. I think it would be really fun to get like a bunch of fake plants and stuff. What are you talking about, Clarky?
She's telling me about Game Princess, the princess she's playing
I see.
No, baby.
Yeah, I made you a bath. Enjoy, homie. Everybody always laughs when I call her homie. Here, I'm gonna close the door until the stream is done. I know, I'm such an edgy mom. The little babies. Oh, I don't like those. Smiskies are cute. The little babies are creepy. But I guess, you know, if that's the goal, is to make a room as creepy as possible, then. But I think Smiskies are like, it's sort of a catch-22 if you go poop and you're like, I hate all these little green men in here. One of my roommates would watch every Hallmark Christmas movie in December. She was determined. My mom watches all of them. She starts watching them in November. She watches all of them. It's amazing. There's a video. There's a TikTok where there's a guy that I've watched for a while now, but he made a video where he was like, I need one of those like Hallmark movie jobs. You know? My mom is the same. There are hundreds, yeah. Yeah. I like to ask her, do you think they'll end up together by the end really sincerely? My mom is just like, I know that they're all the same movie. I know they're all the same movie. I just like them. I just think they're neat. As an EU person, I heard a lot about Hallmark movies, but I've never watched one. If you've watched one, you've seen every single Hallmark movie. Girl who lived in the country but moved to the city to find her career has to go back to her hometown for some reason. And when she's there, she reconnects not only with a lost love, but also with the spirit of Christmas. Every Hallmark Christmas movie, dude. I did hear that there was one with a gay couple. That's amazing. First time ever, I'm pretty sure. Bring back YouTube dedicated coffee time videos. No, I will not do that. There's a new one with Lindsay Lohan. God damn. Yeah, that's also true. Was always a city girl, but then goes to the country and it's like, it sucks here. This is awful. I need to go back to the city. I don't belong here. But then meets a cowboy. And it's and that's it. And that's all it takes. Occasionally, the gender roles are swapped, but the roles will be the same. City boy comes to country town, meets cowgirl, right? Like the jobs are always the same. My favorite is when the city person orders a hometown special and they're like, they don't make it like this in the city. Oh my god. Oh yes, that's another good element. They're already engaged. Their fiance is back in the city waiting for them and always manages to call right when they're starting to feel their heart waver, you know? No, I don't think these movies ever take place in the city. Chat writes a Hallmark film. Is Stardew Valley a Hallmark movie? Yeah. Yes, it is. Girl comes to take over the family farm. Meets a emo shut-in, falls in love, and decides to stay. That was my playthrough of Stardew Valley. What are the Netflix ones? Wait a minute. Hold on. Christmas Prince. The Christmas Prince movies? Yes. A Christmas Prince. A Christmas Prince, The Royal Wedding. Oh my god, there was another one. A Christmas Prince, The Royal Baby. I watched a review of these movies once. And they were like, imagine, like, what do they do for the rest of the year? You know? Literally, their entire society revolves around Christmas. Boss Baby Operation Christmas. The other day, Clark was like, I don't want to watch Boss Baby anymore. And I said, okay, I'm certainly fine with that. Is there a reason that you don't like Boss Baby? And she was like, he's quite naughty, isn't he? I was like, yeah. Yes, he is. He's a naughty baby. Yeah. But, you know, Clark, I'm not worried that you're gonna, like, walk out of the house and try to hack into someone's car or whatever the hell they do on Boss Baby. I'm not worried about you meeting them at their level in terms of naughtiness, you know? Big schemer. Boss Baby. Not that I'm not enjoying the chat, but are we going later this stream? No, we're not. I should be wrapping up. One sec. I'll be right back and then I'll say bye. Okay, let's wrap up. We have a Valentine from Godrin that says, wishing Dukes in chat happy holidays. Oh, sorry. Hello, I'm back. Wishing Dukes in chat happy holidays. Thank you for bringing joy through the rough year. Through my struggles, I know I can always come here to laugh and be a little bit happier. I'll see you all next year. Thank you, Godrin. We're opening up Ray Leader. I just got a message from Thierry who said, yes, but she's taking next Friday off. So we will be doing Final Fantasy this week, but not next week. Okay. Yes, Watson. Vigil Umbra, thank you for the 19 months. And Christian for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Real Al Gamer for the 64. Ali Rose for the 29. PZN and Jenny Rock, thank you very much for all of the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Ross for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Grit Fox for the 67. Jazz Jackrabbit for the 78. PG Wipeout for the 61. Shifty Monk for the 69. True Heart for the 83. Forecast Gray, thank you again very much for all of the gifted subs. Attitude Lolita for the 35, Altair for the 33, Sevens Arc 7 for the 45, Avi for the gifted sub, Wizard Styles for the 63, Crick Bell for the 40, Muna Draws On for the 52, Candy and Cloves, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I think I might have missed that when it happened, so thank you very much. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody who's gifted a sub. Leisure Wave, thank you for the 59, Funny Money for the 52, Zelda Ichihara for the 28, Jeter Sauce for the 18, and Mrs. Musica for the 27. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. I'm taking this weekend off. So aside from Super Cousin Time tonight, I will not be streaming again until Monday. And I'm going to double check with Sam that we aren't doing anything on Monday. Because if we are, I might also be taking Monday off. But I plan to be here every day next week. Chicka, chicka, chicka. So, hey, chill. I adore you so much. You're so cute. Okay. Okay, no one redeemed Raid Leader, so I will find someone for us. Let's go watch Joe Plays Violin. You can listen to some music. Joe Fudge is playing Melatonin right now? Wait, why isn't that showing up on here? Oh my god, he is. Yes, sorry, just kidding. If you wanna watch some music, Joe Plays Violin, J-O Plays Violin is fantastic and lovely. But I insisted that Joe play Melatonin, and so we're gonna go say hi to him, send him positivity. You believe in him, I believe in him. He can do this. Okay? All right. I will see you guys tonight if you're around. Otherwise, I will see you when I see ya. Have a fantastic weekend. Happy holidays to anybody who's doing stuff this weekend. And bye-bye.